I'm Louise from Agriland and I'm joined here today by Sergeant Graham Kavanagh and IFA Crime Executive Officer Barry Carey. Sergeant, I'll start with yourself. What are the crime trends that we're seeing this year? Would you say that there's an increase?
Yeah, well, we are seeing an increase, but we put a lot of it down to the fact that people are actually reporting things better to us. That was something we always wanted people in the rural community to do, was report issues, report crime. And the types of thing we're seeing, and Barry will speak about it, is that the usual quads, trailers, tools like that being stolen. And we've also noticed there over the last couple of years the instance of the GPS tracking units from tractors being stolen. And Barry will talk about that as well. But I suppose the encouraging thing for us is that yes, we are seeing an increase, but we also put it down to the fact that that's people engaging and reporting and engaging with the guards in their community.
And is there a particular area that there's been more crime this year?
No, as in county wise, no. Like I look after Laois and Offaly, so there's one of me in every Garda division. So we'd see sometimes there might be pockets where travelling criminal gangs might pass through areas and target certain areas, but there's no area that has, I suppose, been untouched when it comes to crime, and then it's the whole knock-on for the mental health it causes for victims when they are victims of crime.
And just on that mental health, Barry, what type of impacts is it having on farmers?
Well, a recent survey conducted with Technological University of Dublin in relation to these issues, and it's the fear of crime that has the most impact. It's not actually being the victim of crime, but the fear of crime has a huge impact on people. And as Graham alluded to, there are pockets where travelling criminals have gone into areas. And the trends over the last year, and particularly since the Ukrainian war started, that there's now a corridor of agri-equipment which has been an embargo against Russia, and England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, Ireland have become the target areas for agricultural equipment, particularly GPS systems. And there's been several areas of this that have happened. And there's also the area of trespass and illegal hunting, which Graham will speak about also. And this is about threats and intimidation of IFA and agricultural and rural dwellers in relation to people coming onto their lands with dogs during lambing calving season, and that has a huge impact on the farming community also.
And what would be the advice to farmers then to try and prevent crime? I know it shouldn't be up to them, but what would be the general advice?
Well, yeah, I suppose crime prevention is everybody's business. It's not just the guards, it's the owners. So there's loads of advice about securing your property marking, the property app, the type of crime that we're talking about where GPS tracking units, having the tractor in, I suppose, a secure perimeter area that you know when there's activity going on there that you can see it. And there also is a responsibility on the manufacturers as well. I mean, if you're producing a very valuable piece of equipment, there should be an onus on the manufacturer to, I suppose, help law enforcement if they are stolen to be able to locate these items. We've the property app, which we cannot ask people enough to take an inventory of what they own and mark it. So we've property marking machines in nearly every Garda division, supported by the local authorities and the public participation networks, is to work with your local guards or your local community policing teams or your local crime prevention officers, because I always say this, we live in your communities too. We're not, it's not like we disappear and we don't see the issues, and it's in our interest to, I suppose, drive it down and keep people out of our area, So it's working together to continue what we've always tried to do well and continue that, And the other thing, I suppose, and I'm not going to get controversial, we have these conversations with the different farmer representative bodies about, I suppose, trespassing on people's lands. And that's a conversation piece that has to be had with other stakeholders in Ireland, that people seem to think that they're perfectly entitled to come onto people's farmland with their dogs and trespass or to create harm or cause harm to wildlife, And that's, I suppose, a message that we really need to get out to people in communities that think that that's fine. It's not. It's illegal, and your activities cause stress for people. And I hear these stories every other week, and I have pockets in my own division that this happens in, So we kind of need to have that conversation and call a stop to it.
Thanks very much for that.